This is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com. Today I'm going to break down the biggest game of the weekend, maybe the biggest game of the year. It's a game on Saturday between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers. Now, before I break down and predict this game, I want to let you know what's going on at Paramount Sports this weekend. Last weekend, hit all three 30 to 35 unit plays. We are now 58-24 on the 30 to 35 unit plays. But what makes this weekend even more special? My college football game of the year goes. This will be a 45 or 50 unit play. We're documented 35-13 the last 11 years on these games. So how can you hop on board and join a winning service that's documented and hits on their big games like no one else in the country or maybe the world? You go to ParamountSports.com. It's called, a lot of people call it November, we call it Dovember. From now through Monday, December 3rd, 5 weeks, normally $597. Use coupon code SAVE200, just $397. ParamountSports.com or 800-400-9741. Now, on to this game on Saturday where Alabama is playing in Death Valley against LSU. The line is 14.5 to 15 points. Now, I think based on talent and where the game is, if there was no hype, I think the line should be like 8.5, 9 points. I think if you're going to lay and play with Alabama, you're going to be playing a hefty price. Last 5 years, these two teams have played. Total points scored, most in a game, 46 points. In fact, one of the games was 10 total points. So a lot of great defensive players. Obviously, Alabama has the better offense. Tua's a quarterback, 25 touchdowns, no interceptions, completing 70% of his passes. But LSU has 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They have, if not the best, certainly in the top 2 or 3 defenses in the country. So they will be prepared. It'll be crazy there. As good as Alabama is, and I think they might be one of the top 4 or 5 teams of all time, let's look back at maybe the greatest team of all time. University of Miami Hurricanes, 2001 team. The lines got elevated higher and higher every week. Look at last week in the NFL, the Rams, 7-0. They pushed the line up to 9.5. What does Green Bay do? They cover. So the line is 14.5, 15 points. That Miami team, near the end of the year, they go to Boston College, won 18-7 on a fumble return, last play of the game. It was really 12-7 for that play. The game before the Rose Bowl where they trounced Nebraska, they only win 26-24. And this is a team that might have arguably 5 Hall of Famers on it. Now, obviously Alabama has the better coach. You have Nick Saban compared to Larry Coker. That's like a whitewash. But a lot of real good players. Tua is going to win the Heisman, in my opinion. But how many players are going to be Hall of Fame players? So, anything can happen. They're college players. There's not that much a difference from the first to the third or the 4th best team, in my opinion, especially when the game's in Death Valley. I'm going to say Alabama escapes 27-20, but give me LSU plus the 14.5 to 15. You want to hop on board and get my college football game of the year? You go right now. ParamountSports.com, coupon code SAVE200, or call us here at the office, 800-400-9741.